Welcome to LifeSource Health Report, where we assist you to holistically thrive in all ways, body, mind and soul. Get ready for our best tips, tricks and suggestions, including product reviews from all over the world. Today's report, we present a conversation with Clive De Carle and Teri Lynn discussing full-strength Nano Policosanol spray.
Policosanol itself, the normal version, has been used for a quarter of a century in the anti-aging field. I know people who've literally been taking it for a decade or more because they so believe in the studies. But this new version, the Nano Policosanol, not really so new, is just a different size. And the size has made all the difference. And it's actually patented, which is remarkable for a natural product. Normally, you can't patent a natural product, but you can if there are certain criteria that are met. And one of them is, if you showed the patent office the exact details of how it was made, what it was made from, and so on, that if the patent office couldn't, from that information, deduce what the benefits could be from it, then it's patentable. It's not like an obvious thing that you can't patent. So the patents are interesting because they include various skin issues, quite serious ones. They involve some cancers and various other issues which normally one wouldn't expect to get a patent on for a natural medicine. So I started researching it and interviewed the inventor, and I was quite intrigued by the whole thing and wondered whether it would fix my own problem, which has been type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is easy to fix just with diet, but type 1 is a more difficult thing. I've had that for 35 years, so I'm currently taking a relatively large dose of the Nano Policosanol every day in the hope that it might do something. 35 years as a type 1 diabetic is maybe asking a lot. But nevertheless, some of the stories that have come out of it, as you know, have been quite extraordinary. Pretty much on a day-to-day basis, I get a new, incredible story about how this material has affected their health. And it's unusual in as much as with vitamin C, you can pretty much say that it will tackle X, Y, Z, and it's pretty clear. Iodine, you can say this will sort out the thyroid, various things. But with the Nano Policosanol, it seems to be a different story in that it's perhaps likened to an adaptogen. An adaptogen being where you take this product and it helps your body adapt to whatever stresses it happens to be under. So one can't say just because one person has been had a health reversal in this area that that's going to be the same for the next person. It seems to correct whatever it needs to correct first, or to give the body the opportunity to function properly. Clearly, the studies seem to be showing that it enables the body to use vitamin D and vitamin C in a better way. It also appears, at least some of the studies are indicating, that maybe it's kick-starting the body's ability to make vitamin C in the way that most other animals do. So yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, that's incredible. Very interesting about the vitamin C. So to me, I look at it as a substance that kind of just makes your body work correctly, the way that it's meant to work, and more on the DNA level, as was mentioned. I know by Dr. Raghu. I say Raghu for short because I always forget how to say his name. It's Raghavan. But people often ask, what will it do for this? Or will it cure this? Will it heal this? And they're so used to medications being targeted for certain, quote, ailments, really symptoms. And when you're talking about nutraceuticals and just nutrition and getting your body kind of ramped up to, not even ramped up, but just getting it to a point where it can handle itself, like you said, it goes in the order that it feels of importance, perhaps. And the body has wisdom and it knows what it needs to do and it knows what's most important. That's what I really love about the product. I know from my own experience, I've experienced great healing, and I've had 3 areas. One is asthma that I've had sometime in my 20s. I don't think I was growing up with it, and it wasn't to the point where I needed a rescue inhaler or anything. But within about 3 months, I was noticing that I can breathe. I can breathe clearly. And it wasn't something that, I notice on a daily basis, but I'm pretty active. I work out. And that's when I started to notice that my lungs were clear. And then I started kind of playing with it and kind of, just seeing if I could breathe. And I haven't had an issue since then. Now, that's miraculous to me. And maybe that's due to inflammation or whatever it did to help that condition go away. They even wanted to say I had COPD. I've never been a smoker, and so they couldn't label me as that, so they just said asthma. So that's gone. I had a history of mouth sores, canker sores on the inside, cold sores on my lip, and those have, I'll say, greatly decreased from like maybe, I'll say, a 10 to down to a 1. I realized that the product I was using prior was less strength, and so I moved to your product, and I started getting a little bit of that back. So I think I'm not done with the detox of that. But I was getting that as I was getting older. I was noticing it was getting worse. It was like my immune system, I'm older, and so my immune system wasn't really working as well as when I was, 12. And so they were getting worse. But, I mean, the relief there is just incredible. And the biggest thing that I wasn't expecting was I was having pretty bad menopausal symptoms, all the whole gamut of them. And I was on bioidentical hormones, the best I could find. And that lasted for about 1.5 years. And so I noticed that after taking the Nano Policosanol, that even the lower strength one, what happened was I was coming up on my time where I had to go in again and get the pellets. I was on pellets. And I'm like, I'm not having any symptoms, because I would wait until I had symptoms. I'm like, I'm not having any. And I'm going to just wait, because it's expensive too. And I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And the only time they came back was when I ran out of the Nano for a month. And I was like, you got to be kidding. And I got the symptoms started coming back again. So I went back on it, and they've been gone because I haven't been without it. So for me, huge benefits. And I love that I'm not medicating myself. I've saved money without the hormone replacement. I just feel better. The energy is there. So I am hooked on the product. I don't ever want to be without it. And there's so many other benefits that Dr. Ragu talks about that not necessarily can be, felt or noticed on a daily basis. So I know you have examples too of people that you've worked with, with the product. And so maybe you can speak a little bit to the quality of yours, because I'm sold on the quality of the products that you, and I just know I want the best ever. If I'm going to buy something, I want it to work. I want it to be the best ever. And so my arsenal is the best ever that I can find. And so I go to your site as well for certain things. And so when I saw you had the Nano Policosanol, I was like, oh, interesting. And so I want to maybe talk to you, because I know that you really want also the best products. And maybe you can speak a little bit about your product. Is it different?
Okay, well, of the 2 companies out there marketing it, essentially, both have the same product made in the same factory in Switzerland to the same quality. There is one very tiny difference between the 2 of them, but the main difference is that the version that I sell on my website is the original full-strength version, and that is what all the research was done on, and that strength is a decent strength. So there is a school of thought that less is more. On a homeopathic level, that would be true. However, we're just going with the original version, and it's the full strength, which is good.
You've been watching a LifeSource Health Report. To purchase the products, please see the affiliate links in our episode description, where a tiny amount is donated back to support the production of our shows. To connect with us or to see our other shows, please head to lifesource.global. And don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and share buttons. This show is brought to you by Source Light Productions.